Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is early in the morning. I am in Montana. I just woke up and I was freezing. It was cold last night. Very cold. At any rate, I stopped at Sheriff Rick and Deb's house last night. It was nice meeting them and their son in person. And they are doing exactly what real Christian Americans should be doing. On all levels they're doing it. Sheriff Rick cooked me a nice ribeye steak, which was phenomenal, and Deb makes everything homemade, even the bread, and she sent me off with some homemade bread and butter, which was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. They make their own medicine. It's just phenomenal. I mean, it's so nice to see. At any rate, this morning I've had a chance to catch up on a few things. And remember how I told you they're going to use food as a weapon? Well, now they're publicly telling you. Because states like Seattle, all the states, are stockpiling canned goods. The World Economic Forum comes out and tells us that during this great pandemic, it's a good time for an economic reset. And now the Rockefeller Foundation has come out with a Reset the Table, where they squarely say everything that James Corbett said in his video documentary, Why Big Oil Conquered the World, where they did the Green Initiative and everything else. Well, the Rockefeller family is coming out now and saying the Green Initiative ruined everything. It depleted the soil. It overproduced grains and other things. We destroyed the entire earth, so we're here to show you how to fix it all. This is problem, reaction, solution in your face, and it blows me away that people do not see this whatsoever at all. I already sent over a good 70,000 subscribers to the Ice Age Farmer YouTube channel. He's a good channel. He covers all this stuff really, really well. There's one thing that he's been covering, and I wish he wouldn't, and it's the tomato vaccine, the edible vaccine. That's a red herring that's been around for years. That's nothing new. Don't focus on that, because that ain't it. The biometric vaccine that can track, trace, redesign your DNA, that's what it's going to be. Do not even focus on the tomato vaccine. It's been around for years. I'm sure this video is still up on my channel from 2015 and 2016 about it. It's old news. At any rate, so now states are openly stockpiling food. Mike Decker and I told you back in April that they were going to use weather as a weapon. Well, it turns out that 2 states got smoked by storms, inland Midwestern hurricanes. I live on the East Coast, man. That's where you get hurricanes. In the Midwest, you get tornadoes. Well, now in this new world we find ourselves in, there were hurricanes inland that completely decimated bazillions of acres of cornfields. And it didn't just destroy the cornfields, it shredded them, making everything there absolutely unusable. Here it comes. The fact that the mainstream media is coming out and telling you that states are stockpiling food, that's telling you what's coming. They're going to use it this winter. Here's the deal. The Rockefeller Foundation is out again talking about resetting the dollar, resetting the world stage, resetting the food supply, resetting how you eat. This is Agenda 21. This is the New World Order. So, recovering the earth right now would never happen in our lifetimes, and it would never happen because the people that are telling you they're going to recover the earth are the people that destroyed it to get us to the point where we're at right now. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're reading reports from the Rockefeller Foundation, you can't read it as they wrote it without interjecting that this is the same people that caused the problem. That coronavirus, the entire pandemic that got us to where we are, is still a pie-in-the-sky, make-believe, it's a non-event. It's not real. The Rockefeller Foundation's own Reset the Table report says that 94% of people that were labeled as COVID deaths, 94 had underlying issues, which means they all had underlying issues. COVID doesn't kill anybody unless you're in incredibly bad condition anyway. Do you see what I mean? It's not a pandemic. It's just freaking me out how far. I mean, I was parked in a valley that I woke up this morning freezing. When I pulled in there last night, it was hot. This morning it was freezing. That's how remote I am right now. I wake up, I finally find a gas station, and everybody. I mean, I'm on the side of a mountain. Nobody's around. Very quaint old town, and everybody's wearing a mask except me and some old cowboy. And I was glad. I was glad he was there. It was like I had an ally. These dudes ain't gonna stop with this. This is just gonna escalate. And we're getting into the time of the year where summer meets fall. So we have natural events that they're gonna amplify exponentially. If you get tornadoes, you're gonna get tornadoes. If you don't get hurricanes, apparently you're gonna get hurricanes. It's why I've been saying be ready. I am making it a point to go and try to see every person that I've linked up with through YouTube over the last decade that matters to me. And I'm trying to meet everybody because this is going to be the last time. I'm sure of it. The way they're tightening down, it's going to be impossible. I feel like a criminal stopping any place without a face mask on. But just on principle alone, I cannot wear a face mask. People are getting ready. There's lots of groups of resistance getting ready, and that's awesome. The only problem is they're well aware of this, and that's what 5G is. 5G will stop you in your tracks. I'm positive of it. From what I'm already hearing from installers, if you can turn on an electronic device, you can't hear it, you can't see it, you can't smell it, but living things start falling from the sky dead. Yeah. That's serious. That is utterly serious, man. We're in some crazy times, and it's just going to get worse. And so many people have been conditioned over the years, specifically through the entertainment industry, specifically through Hollywood and television and mainstream news, that they're just going to let me just get the shot, do what they say, maybe things will get better, because they're going to continually present you with information that makes it look like this entire situation is our fault and they do have the solution. They're talking about food being medicine. When I was a kid, you grew up and there was always commercials that you are what you eat. You are what you eat, which is patently obvious. Garbage in, garbage out. Well, these are the same people that turned all of our natural food into genetically modified freak shows that changed people's sexes, that made people more feminine, that made people incredibly obese, incredibly. They give people vaccines that cause Alzheimer's and autism straight up, because I'm 52 and I don't know anybody that's 30, 40, or 50 years old that has autism. But everybody coming up now, the numbers are staggering and people still don't make the connection. The people presenting the solution are the problem. Do not forget that. They started this a long time ago. You remember when I've said this before, I've said this numerous times before. Remember you buy something, you purchase a product, and it came in a box or a wrapper, and now it comes in a box, a wrapper, a package, and 2 other boxes around it. Because they're intentionally making more waste, because it's all part of their plan to get us where we are right now. This is incredibly multifaceted on an epic scale, and people need to understand that. Don't lose sight of this, because they're going to present you with a solution that's going to cater to exactly what you believe in, your core values. They're going to cater right to that, and it's all going to be a lie. I learned something yesterday called divided righteousness, and I'm going to run a video about it, and I want to know what you guys think of it. Because I was shown yesterday in the Bible where Jesus didn't come here to save. Jesus didn't come here to talk to the Gentiles. Jesus came here to talk to his people, the Jews, and they turned their backs on him. And then the Apostle Paul was the one that Jesus appointed to deal with us, the Gentiles. Are you guys familiar with this? Because I read it for myself yesterday. I'd never seen it before. I'd never realized that the red letters that Jesus spoke, that they always tell us to read because they're the most important, don't even apply to us. He was talking to his people, the Jews, the same people that turned their backs on him. It gave me pause because this is a whole radical new idea. But it gave me some solace realizing that all we need to do is believe, know that Jesus Christ came to earth as a mortal, died on a cross for our sins, and was resurrected. I know all those things. I know those for a fact. In my lifetime, I've been able to meet one of the guys that was actually at the Vatican who videoed, I've told you this before too, who videoed the Shroud of Turin. And it obviously and clearly shows a man that was beaten brutally with cat of nines and whips and such. His entire impression like a negative from a film coming through that cloth. So I know for a fact that Jesus came, died, and was resurrected in 3 days. And for the Gentiles, we actually have an easier path, for the most part, than the Jews did. Because they had a chance, and they still turned their back on Jesus. Those are the people claiming to be the Israelites living in Israel right now. It's a lie. At any rate, links to Patriot Pantry will be in the description. I am telling you, use it because food is now a mainstream. They're talking about food shortages, food crises, food, etc. in the mainstream and in white papers, just like I told you. And I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it because if you're going to try to take down the entire world, there's certain things you have to do. They're doing those exact certain things in no particular order. It's not too hard to see once you take the blinders off. Richie from Boston. I'm out.